What's going on, everybody? Free Mind's Eye here with another badass motherfucking Krieg build. For the longest time, I've been trying to make like an awesome Bloodsplosion build, and after I heard about that insta-kill Pyro Pete, like I've been working hard at this build and like finally figured it out. Like the main trouble I had was I really wanted to fuel the blood, but you have to kill an enemy with melee, and I didn't want to fill up my mania tree because I wanted this to be a Hellborn and a Bloodlust tree. And I finally found like a suitable solution to this, and this is basically for our melee to trigger um, fuel the blood here. We have to kill an enemy with melee, so I figured we'll put some skills into Hellborn and Bloodlust that boost our melee, but then we'll rock the Hide of Terramorphous to activate that kill skill and get that bonus roid damage. And this build, you don't have to it's not reliable on melee. You can still destroy worlds even without Feel the Blood, but this is just a personal preference of mine since I love the boost to grenade damage, plasma casters, grenades, and everything. But I'm not gonna go into crazy detail and have this video be like 20 minutes long, so we'll just get right into it. Any rocket launcher will do. I prefer the plasma casters, especially the TDORs, and this will help trigger another skill, Bloodbath, which we'll talk to about here in a bit. Practicable slow hand, either incendiary or corrosive, and then a any kind of assault rifle, either incendiary or corrosive. I just have this for the armored targets, and then for robots, I'd use corrosive plasma caster and a corrosive slow hand. It doesn't really matter. It's all about your choosing. But like I said earlier, Hide of Terramorphous just for that roid damage, because when we do our melee, we're gonna shoot the enemies down and then wait until their health is about 1/4 left, and then we just go in for that kill blow just so we could activate that kill skill, and it is just gonna be amazing. And then I go with the Lister class mod +6 to feel the blood, and then blood overdrive. Even though it's glitched out right now, where if you try to have a comm that's Feel the Blood and Bloodbath, it's just Feel the Blood and Boiling Blood. So I decided to go with these two for now because the other comm is it's glitched out. I don't know when they're gonna fix it, but it should be soon. And then this is where this build shines. Bloodsplosions. It's usually only good for enclosed areas, but with the skill Bloodbath, it synergizes extremely well because when we kill an enemy with an explosion, which is all the freaking time, a grenade or explosion, the enemy has a chance to drop a grenade, 75% chance. Basically means we just spam fucking grenades for days. And Quasar, it pulls them in, and it's constantly dealing elemental damage, which synergizes extremely well with elemental empathy, which I'll get into here in a second. And then it has that explosion. Singularity grenades like Slag also work extremely well. I just like the Quasar because it deals that extra elemental damage until it explodes, which, like I said, synergizes really well with elemental empathy and gives you that nice buffer time to run up there and get that quick melee kill to activate Feel the Blood. Use a Bone of the Ancients, or if you're dying too much or just having trouble, try Max Health Relic. Getting into the skills, go with blood-filled guns, increase magazine size, just awesome. And then killing an enemy with a bullet will increase our melee. So what we do is we wait till we get like a decent amount of bloodlust stacks, and then we go in, kill him with a bullet. Any gun will do, and then this will increase our melee damage by 500% if we have full bloodlust stacks of 100 stacks, which is just awesome, which will further boost that Hide of Terramorphous. And then we go with Feel the Blood after we get a melee kill. Our grenade damage is boost, so our grenades are going to be badass. Our plasma caster is going to be badass. The reload of our TDOR is going to be badass if you choose it. Or any weapon that has splash damage is going to be awesome. And then coming over, killing an enemy with a grenade or explosion, which is all the time with this build because Bloodsplosion can trigger chain reactions, and it is just fucking chaotic and awesome. This build is, in my opinion, this has to be the most fun build to play with for Krieg, in my opinion, because the Bloodsplosions is just fucking awesome. And then this Boiling Blood will help our stacks stay up, and then coming down Bloodsplosion, the main bread motherfucking butter. And then, whoops, and then coming over, those are just rest of the points, into Hellborn. Put 5 into Burn Baby Burn, which will bring us down into tier 2. I picked up all of these in tier 2. Pain is power, weapon damage increase, blah 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 while we're on fire. The damage reduction adds to the survivability of this build. And this delusional damage, because we're not always going to be using burn. We're going to be using electrocute and corrosive for robots, obviously. And then Well, I'll get to that in a second. And then elemental empathy. This is one of the best skills for like survivability, in my opinion. If we're not rocking a mania build, all the elemental damage is transferred over. It's plus 25% of the elemental damage we're dealing. So like I said, this is an awesome skill with the Quasar because it's constantly dealing that elemental damage, and then it's just gonna this skill keeps us alive so much. It is awesome, and then combined with the slow hand or any moxie weapon, it's just even more badass. And then we're already down in this tree. Might as well put 1 point into it. I mean, it's an awesome skill. Adds more elemental damage to heal and all the other bonuses and whatnot. But then put the rest of the points into fuel the fire, because we won't always be using incinerary. And then I just put the last points into empty the rage, just to increase our melee, because we're using the Hide Of Terramorphous, and once it's down, that'll further increase our melee damage. I think that's about sums it up. I got that quick 6 minutes. But also too, after this video, I'm gonna hammer down and get done with that Dark Souls video, and then I'll work on my assassin and gunzerker build. I wanted to show you guys this build because this build is so much fun and chaotic, and if there's a lot of enemies, your frame rate will fucking slow down. It is so, I love this build, but we'll get right into it. Alright, I'm just showing I'm still using the same exact gear and everything, and I'm gonna put the rest of it here to music up. Remember, I'm gonna build up my Bloodlust stacks, be getting kills with my bullets, and then going for that melee kill, just to activate the kill skill, fuel the blood, and then with Bloodbath we can constantly be chucking our Quasars. So we'll also have increased gun damage and more grenades to chuck, and since we got the Quasar, it'll groove them up all nice, real tight, just for the Bloodsplosions to help a chain reaction go off. It's just fucking awesome. Bloodsplosions for days. But alright, that sums up this badass motherfucking build. God, I love this build. I've been playing this build non-stop, and you can farm Pyro Pete if you have a TD or rocket launcher. But quick why I know some of you may ask why I didn't pick up elemental relations. I prefer the TD or plasma casters and just TD or weapons in general. I fucking love the reload, and I wanted this build to still have a chance to have like a lot of bullets in the magazine, but I didn't want to have too much to where like a couple chucks of it and all of our bullets will be gone. Like I said, you don't have to use a TDR weapon. I just prefer to. Um, Fire Fiend, it's an awesome skill, but when we go up to use our melee attack, we're just going to be doing that melee attack to activate that kill skill, so their health is going to be 1/4. So igniting them, in my opinion, is really useless because we're going to kill them with that one melee attack most of the time, since we're going to be aiming for that really low health melee attack. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. And fucking goddamn, Bloodsplosion is so awesome. Peace.